Yes, welcome in one and all. This is the full 10 yards of betting podcast. Happy Thanksgiving to all our listeners. An extra bonus podcast, extra betting podcast for you. Over 3 games. We're just going to be focusing on the 3 Thanksgiving games. We'll be back as usual on a Friday, covering the rest of the games on a Sunday. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Adam, welcome in. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, mate. Yeah, looking forward to these games. Obviously, probably after the first game, but 9:30 onwards should be fun.
I can't get excited for these games. But Jack, obviously back from your Liverpool trip, you told us you just getting over it, and happy Thanksgiving to you. You're going to be drinking tomorrow?
No, I actually don't think I'll ever drink again.
Until the next time.
No, pretty much same with Adam. Like, looking forward to the 3 games. I'm actually looking forward to the first game as well, because I think the Lions might get their first win, and I think Nagy might get sacked. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Obviously, I don't know if it was a Twitter crap storm that was going around, or a rumor saying that Nagy, who gives someone to say, okay, you're going to manage a game on Thursday and then you're going to get fired? I mean, who does that? I don't believe it personally. If it is true, that's just. I mean, I expect it from Ryan Pace. To be honest, all the crap that's been going on with Chicago in the last couple of years. But hey ho, we'll wait and see. Maybe it'll be Black Friday for Matt Nagy. Yeah. Let's say Sunday, Adam. I can't remember what your results were, but 3 out of 4 again for yours truly. We're on a bit of a roll. Come on,
2 and 2 for me, I think. I did have colour coded the sheet already. I'll just quickly check.
Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed because obviously I gave Gallup over on yardage, and he would have easily had it. Like we said on the first catch that he had, or was his drop. But all the other ones that I mentioned on the podcast last week, over of like Cedric Wilson, Zeke, and they all came in. So I was just annoyed about the wrong one. But the logic was right, and yeah, if the logic's right, but you don't, it's just one of those unlucky ones. But there we go. We go again on Thursday. Okay. Well, let's have a little preview of what the games actually are. So what we got here? So is it this one? There we go. So like I say, probably not the fixtures that you thought they were going to be at the start of the season. Obviously, when the schedule was released, but I mean, when you've got Detroit on any schedule, which they are every Thanksgiving, you always are behind the 8 ball anyway. So that's good fun. But that's first up at 5:30. Notice the earlier start time there as well. If you are getting any bets on Chicago -3, Dallas -7 in the middle game, and then Buffalo -6.5 for the late game if you are staying up. So they are the games. Like I say, probably not for the neutrals. Probably not something to get too excited about. But there we go. We'll start as we always do then, fellas. Favourite handicap for Thanksgiving? Adam, start with you.
Yeah, I thought I was being really clever by moving the Bears line upwards instead of downwards, because obviously you tell us not to take 3.5. It was originally 3.5 to the Bears. So I thought, right, I think they're going to win going away. So I'm not going to move it down to a 3. I'm going to go up. Okay, so I've gone with Bears -6.5. They got an impromptu upgrade at quarterback on Sunday and spurred them into life. Justin Fields has not looked settled all year. He's obviously the future there, so I don't mind them playing him, but Andy Dalton's a better quarterback at the moment. He probably led them on 2 scoring drives, and they would have won had it not been for a pretty awful defense at the end. And that was against the well-coached Ravens side. This week they're playing a really poor Detroit side with a rookie head coach. Rookie head coaches do not do well on Thursdays. The likes of David Montgomery and Darnell Mooney should be able to rack up some points. Marquise Goodwin seems to be pretty good with Andy Dalton. He finds his way open down the field. And then on the Lions side, all they've got to do is stop DeAndre Swift and they'll be fine. Whether it's Tim Boyle or Jared Goff, a quarterback for the Lions, is really not that much of an issue. So, I just think that... Sorry, I wasn't even looking at your reaction for that one. I knew you'd like that one.
That was awful. And I noticed you're from the hood as well, saying Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. I don't even know which way I normally say it, but yeah, I just think the Lions are such a terrible team, and fair enough, they might get a first win. They have been keeping games close, but I just think Andy Dalton's a better quarterback than Justin Fields, so I think he'll be able to put up the win for the Bears. I'm not buying all the Navy stuff. Like you said, it just seems weird. It might have put them off this week, but it might spur them into one last hurrah for him. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's an interesting game from a Chicago point for many reasons. Andy Dalton, like I say, came in, had a bit of a grip between his teeth, didn't he? And I assume he's probably a bit pissed off at the way it's played out this season into the quarterback position, and obviously came in, like I say, should have led them to a victory. Yeah, and so Detroit, I was actually surprised their record against the spread was actually not awful, but yeah, again, when they're not really playing for, dare I say, not really playing to win, you can get a bit funny, you can get a bit creative, and you can play with a bit of freedom. So potentially that's one of the reasons why. Yeah, no, I agree. I've gone for Chicago -3, which is also -3 now, but it's going to be I just not looking forward to this game whatsoever. And like I say, I think this is going to be a game that's probably going to go quite quick. I think both teams are going to focus on the run. We say with Montgomery and Swift. Montgomery's looked okay since he's come back from his injury, and Swift has been pretty decent considering he's in a crap situation over there in Detroit. So yeah, I think it's going to be a kind of a low scorer. I can't see. Let's say I think it'll be Tim Boyle, probably a quarterback, I'd have thought. And Tim Boyle, I was watching some highlights on the Detroit game, and they were saying about all of his other games that he's played. He's had I think it was in college actually. Is at UConn. He's had like twice as many interceptions as he's had touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god! I'm like, how's this guy in the NFL, man? I mean, fair play to him. He's got a contract and whatnot. But Chicago, he's at full field, but they don't really have home field advantage. And Detroit are used to getting beat on Thanksgiving, to be quite honest. So it's not going to be anything. It's not as if it's a raucous crowd because it's Thanksgiving. There's no kind of. It's not like the Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania, is it? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But there we go. Shout out, hi Jack. How you doing, mate? Good to have you on, mate. Enjoying your fan team content. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. From one Jack to another, Jackie T. What have we gone for Chicago Detroit?
For Chicago Detroit, I've gone for the unders in that game.
No, handicap.
Oh, sorry for that game. I actually, sorry, I didn't. To be honest, I think I know I can't really argue that in what I'm saying, but I just have a feeling that the Lions are going to come back, or the Lions will win the game. I know the rumors all week about Nagy going it probably isn't true, but because apparently the Bears have never sacked a coach mid-season ever before, but there's the rumors coming out that the whole season, the whole team, the locker could be lost the whole of them. So I don't know. I just think that the Lions could even win the game. Never mind the handicap.
There you go. All right. Oh no, I don't want that. Oh no, I've got myself all mixed up here. We've gone.
I thought we were going with that.
Sorry, my bad. My bad. Jesus Christ! Start again. No joking. All right, yeah, we're going to your handicap. I did say handicaps is going into. I made an absolute turkey of this, haven't I? I'll put the handicaps up. So yeah, me and Adam have gone to Chicago minus Detroit. Obviously, Jack fancied the other way, but Jack, you've gone -7.5 for the Cowboys. Why have you done 7.5? Why?
I seen 7.5. I didn't see 7. I thought maybe it's gone back down again. I seen 7.5 and I knew it's gone over that limit, and I was still tempted to do it. So 7's even more appealing. I just think the Raiders' offense hasn't been anywhere near how good it was since Ruggs. Obviously, the situation with him. I think Dallas. I think their defense is playing well, and I expect a big response from Dak after not playing too well against the Chiefs last week. I expect Dallas to win by double digits, if I'm honest. So I'll be taking 7.5 or 7.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb looks like he's going to be trending towards playing. There's some really good things you can attack with this Dallas and Vegas game, and we'll get through them as we go. But we're reverting to type. We'll go markets rather than matches. I don't know, probably because I pondered it earlier in the day. I was like, should I go through match by match or should I go through the props? But no, we'll go through what we're doing. Okay, so next up, as we always do, is totals. Jack, start with you. Totals.
This is the part of the Lions-Bears game I fancy the unders in that. I think it's under 41.5, 42.5. It's depending where you go. Yeah, Dalton and Tim Boyle against each other. You don't really need to say much more about that. As I said, it's probably going to be a very run-heavy game. I can't see either team hitting 20 points. Never mind getting to 41 or 42 overall. Yeah, Swift is probably the best player on the Lions offense. They're probably going to use him the entire game. And David Montgomery is arguably the best weapon on the Bears offense. So, yeah, I just think the game will be very quick, thankfully, because it's probably going to be a stinker. But under 42.5 is definitely what I'll be leaning towards in that game.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I look at 42 and like you say, it's one of those where for love nor money, it'll always be an unders game because they're two crap teams. And I think if you combine the points scored or average points per game for both teams, it comes up to 32. I think obviously defenses aren't as good. I think that comes up to well over 42. But the only thing that scares me about, and I've gone under as well as my best bet in that game. Well, for the weekend, I like unders in all the games, to be quite honest. But the only thing that worries me about this Chicago-Detroit game, and it's probably just a 1% chance, but you know what? You've got Andy Dalton on the field, and you've got Tim Boyle on the field. They're just going to be YOLO, and like Jay Cutty, spoken Jay Cutty style, going back to previous Thanksgiving games. But if they just like rip off one big play, or again with it being quite, in my opinion, going to be heavily dominated by run, unless they pick off a few big runs. It's not really going to trouble the overs. But yeah, the defenses aren't great. So the thing that just worries me is like, you've got Andy Dalton against the Detroit defense, and you've got Tim Boyle against Chicago secondary, which isn't good. There is a chance for some random big scores or big plays, the Valdez-Scantling one last week for Green Bay. Like, it's one play, 75-yard drives. That's the only thing that scares me a little bit. And if you have those, and also if you have turnovers, I mean, if you've got Tim Boyle throwing in more interceptions than he's throwing touchdowns, then one of them might go for a pick six. But I just feel it's got that kind of banana skin on it, where you can just slip up and it's just going to go over because there's going to be two quick scores or something. And you're just going to be like, well, what's the point? It's going to be like, it'd be a crap game, but like in the first quarter, there'll be like a pick six or a fumble recovery touchdown or something stupid like that. It's just like, that's why I hate betting under 42.5. But if you look at the stats, look at the way the teams play, you look at their mentalities, it should be, you could put, I'm not saying put your mortgage down, put your shed on the unders, but there's just a niggling thing on the back of my mind just to say, it's just going to be a game where it's just like stupid scoring, but I can't see it. There we go. Adam.
I agree with you on the under on that game. Like, I can't, but I can't disagree with anything that you've just said about the under, other than, like you pointed out, the turnovers could create a weird kind of game script. But it should be. It's going to be a pretty poor game. But I've gone for under 51.5. It is now in the Vegas versus Cowboys game. I went for an over with the Raiders at the weekend, and it let me down. They couldn't do anything. I said that the Bengals would score 30. I just needed the Raiders to do something, and they couldn't. They were 1 for 7 on third downs. They had 20 minutes of possession as the Bengals dominated that game, and the Bengals weren't even very good. It was not a pretty game on either side, but the Raiders have just been terrible since Ruggs left. Since Ruggs was removed from the existence. I do think they might be able to put up a bit of pressure up front. Obviously, the Cowboys defensive line are much better than the Bengals. Tyron Smith, I think, is going to be back on the offensive line, and that's a huge boost for the Cowboys. But the Cowboys obviously could be without Lamb. I do think he gets there. It sounds like he's getting through. I think they said something like he threw the fifth kind of protocol method or whatever with the concussion. So it looks like he will be playing. But even then, the Cowboys could put up 40, and this could still be the under. I do think the Raiders are dead at the moment. They're just zapped. They've had a really rough year, so I think they're kind of demoralised, and I think they're done, frankly.
Yeah, I did that Cincinnati game. I enjoyed. Did you see the fake flea flicker? That was beautiful. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon, that was lovely stuff. And hopefully Killer Moore dial up something like that against the Raiders as well. That'd be quite fun. Okay, let's go touchdown scorers then, folks. Quite a lot of, again, it's quite difficult when you've only got 3 games to kind of to cast your eyes over. But me and Adam agree on a certain tight end. Adam, I'll let you divulge all the details.
It's a good opportunity for Dawson Knox in this one. He's 3-1 on Paddy Power now. It's actually gone up, I think, a little bit from earlier.
3-1, Jesus.
I was a bit surprised to see it go up. He led the team in targets and yards on Sunday. Obviously, they were involved in a blowout. They were getting smashed, but he had 80 yards off 6 receptions, 10 targets, including at least 1 in the end zone, which he probably should have been stronger on. He should have made it his 6th touchdown of the season. He scored 5 already this year. He's going up against Saints defense, who looked like they might have finally got bored of doing all the work for this team, and they obviously were murdered by the Colts at the weekend, mainly on the ground, and their run defense was meant to be the better point. Lattimore is probably going to stick with Diggs, you would imagine. which means Knox should get a slightly easier coverage. And I just think that he's going to get a fair few targets. I do have traded for him in fantasy, so that might be a little bit of bias for me. But Dawson Knox 3-1. I can't say no.
No, I absolutely agree. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Like I say, he scored in 4 out of his 8. Did you know Dawson Knox's middle name is Alan? I just randomly looked at
Alan.
that today. Yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
No, Dawson Alan. It'd probably be better the other way, Alan Dawson Knox rather than Dawson Alan Knox. But we're not here to discuss people's middle names, but especially when Dak Prescott's his Rain. But there we go.
No, it's Dakota, isn't it?
Dakota,
I thought Rain was his first name.
Rain Dakota. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, make it rain. Make it rain, son. Make it rain. Jack, give us your touchdown scorer.
I went with Cedric Wilson. He's 7-4 on Sky Bet. I didn't think CeeDee Lamb was going to be playing, but I mightn't back him now unless he goes out a bit, because obviously Lamb will be taking away targets from him. I think he's got 3 touchdowns already this year. That's the reason I picked him. I think Dallas put up a good few points against this Raiders team, and Gallup, I think, was evens everywhere. So I just basically went for value. But on second thought, I might go for Stephon Diggs. I know he's going to be covered by Lattimore, and Lattimore's obviously an excellent cover, but I think Diggs even got 2 touchdowns last week. He just seems to be getting them in nearly every week. He's got 5 in the last 5 games, so that's 6-4. I fancy the Bills to win as well, so that's probably what I'd go for, as well as Cedric Wilson.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Dawson Knox, that price just doesn't seem right to me. Prop, I mean, Adam, you posted this one in the chat earlier. I just cannot believe the line of the player in the Dallas game. And again, we agree, and I've nicked it off you, but I give full credit to you for finding it. And I've gone and duly backed it and smacked a bit of money on there. Let us know what you found.
It was one that jumped out at me, mainly because obviously Zeke is coming in banged up. There's a chance he's going to get a slightly lesser role, which means more for Tony Pollard. And you've got over 14.5 receiving yards for Pollard. He's got over that in 5 of his last 6 games this year. Obviously, if Zeke misses out, then Pollard's going to be the main man. Interestingly, though, even with Zeke out last year, Pollard only had 12 carries against the 49ers. He had 12 for 69, 2 touchdowns on the ground. But he had 6 for 63 in the passing game. And with the lack of Amari Cooper, with CeeDee Lamb, I don't know whether you can really say banged up when it's coming off concussion, because it's not the rest of his body, if that makes sense. But there's a chance he won't get the amount of targets he might have done otherwise. So Pollard is probably going to get a little bit more in the passing game as well. He's obviously been a bigger part of the game plan this year each week. So I think that he's going to get more of the ball, and probably 2 receptions to do 14.5 yards. I couldn't say no to that one, frankly.
Yeah, but I mean, as like bets go, that's probably my best bet, or my most favorite bet to put a bet on this season so far. Like, that is just absolutely ridiculous. Even like we say with Zeke, I think Zeke will have a lesser workload than he normally does. It's just a re-aggravation of his knee swelling that he's had for the whole season. But Tony Pollard's siphoned touches off of Zeke anyway, and it's kind of worked out for the team, because they've been both a bit more effective with their touches. But they love Pollard, and great 1-2 punch. And I'd say he only needs one little toss or one little screen pass. 12, it's not hard. Like I say, you're on you've got like a 3rd and 15. Swing a screen pass to Pollard, and he might pick up to 13, 14 yards. It might fall short of the whatever of the first down, but he can easily do that in one play. And to have 60 minutes for him to get one, at least one reception is just bonkers. So yeah, love that bet. Jack, what do you fancy?
Yeah, that's a crazy low for Pollard. I'll definitely be getting on that as well. Hopefully we don't push it up too much. But I'm going for David Montgomery over 75.5 rushing yards. As I said before, I think it'll be a very run-heavy game. Detroit defense is nothing special. Montgomery's the best player on the Bears offense. He's had over 50 yards his last 2 games, which obviously goes to show he's a big part of the offense. He played 95% of the offensive snaps last week too. The game script should suit him too if the Bears are leading, which I'm actually not even that sure about. But overall, I just think 75.5 is definitely doable. And I'd probably be doing a special on 100 yards and score a touchdown. You might get maybe 3-1 on that or 7-2. I fancy him up 7.5.
Yeah, I think I saw 5-2 with Sky Bets. There's probably 3s out there somewhere or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, so he's my main fancy prop wise.
Lovely stuff. Right, and let's say I don't know about you guys, but I like to have a little treble on Thanksgiving because 3 games to watch. One bet in each of the games. So I asked you to pick out a treble. So I'll stick them up on the screen now, and then you can just talk us through them. Obviously, I've got Montgomery anytime touchdown, Pollard anytime touchdown, Knox anytime touchdown, 16-1, 365. I've kept it simple. Anytime touchdowns across the board. Adam, you've got Moonery there.
Moonery, yeah. Darnell Moonery.
Darnell Moonery. Too many R's. You've got Mooney, Schultz, and Knox. Anything you want to add for Schultz? Was that Lamb?
No, again, lack of other passing talent, receiving talent for the Cowboys out there, and just more opportunity for Schultz, who's been the most reliable guy for most of the season, and in the slot against the Raiders, in the middle of the field, their linebackers aren't great. It's a decent position for it.
There you go. And Jack's gone Montgomery. Obviously, we've heard about his love for Montgomery on Thursday. And Diggs, you mentioned obviously on your pivot from Cedric Wilson, but you've gone Elliott anytime touchdown. So you're hoping obviously shaking off the knee injury.
Yeah, he I think he's a full participant in practice today and yesterday. I think so. That's the reason I'm going with him. I think he's best price 8-11 to score touchdowns. So obviously the bookies feel he's going to get in if he plays, and I think he's leaning towards playing. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd assume both running backs will get in the end zone to be quite honest. But there you go. Yeah, 16-1 for mine, 26-1, which is quite appealing for Adams. Make sure you go for Mooney and not Moonery. He won't score a touchdown. And then 7-1 for Paddy Power for Jacks. That was I think you said that was a power price, didn't you?
Power price, yeah. It's 5-1 usually.
There we go. What you guys do anything for Thanksgiving? You having turkey? Do you have turkey on Thanksgiving?
No, I normally meet up with a couple of people at one of the bars in Derby. Just go down to the sports bar. It's normally only us in there, but you have like a little TV in your booth and stuff, and have some chicken wings and slob out basically, and then might head somewhere else for the later one because they do tend to kick us out at 11 because we are literally the only people in there normally. So we'll find somewhere else with the rest of the second half of the Raiders Cowboys game. But yeah, work tomorrow, so it won't be a late one.
Jack, what are you doing? Thanks.
Might have a few non-alcoholic beers for the games. As I said, I'm never drinking again. But probably just get a takeaway, get a few chicken wings, and watch the games with my brother and our man, who are both into NFL as well. It's basically just 9 hours of watching NFL on a Thursday. Can't get much better than that.
Yeah, some of those non-alcoholic 5% beer.
You said it.
There you go. And Black Friday, any avid shoppers on Black Friday? Do you get any Black Friday Christmas presents?
I'm a postman. Black Friday has been going on for 3 weeks now, and it will be for another month. Yeah, my life is hell at the moment, so this is my one little respite away from everything.
There you go. All right. Well, thanks to anyone that is listening, watching, got interacted with us. Share us your Thanksgiving bets if you like at 14 yards on the Twitter at TD tips. At touchdown tips for Adam at Jack T _95 for Jack. Wishing you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the games if you can. So hopefully we'll make a bit of money as well. And we'll be back Friday evening to give you the rest of week 12. So see you later, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Bye.